David, so wonderful to see you. How are things going?
They're going well. It's my voice is a little hoarse from talking, but it's okay. I'm excited to talk about it.
Well, good. Well, I was excited to watch it, and I got to say, what a passion project. First off, why did it take so long to get Asimov's book into this grand scale production, and how challenging was it for you?
It I knew it would be the hardest thing I'd ever attempted in my career, and it ended up being triply harder than that. It was so hard that it became almost surreal.
Yeah,
You would just have to laugh on any given day at how complicated and sort of physically bracing it was. Why did it take so long? Primarily for many decades, people were trying to make it into a film or
right.
series of films. I was offered to adapt it as a film a number of times. And I just didn't think it was possible to condense all of his ideas and condense the scope of it into 2 hours or 3 hours or even three-hour movies. I just didn't think it was possible.
Yeah,
So I think it's really, I don't know, over the last half a decade when some of these big streaming shows started unrolling, like Game of Thrones or something like that, that I thought maybe the medium and the audience has caught up to Foundation. It seems like people like to dig in on these big meaty shows and shows that have complex mythology, shows that have high stakes. So it was partly that, and then personally. Um, I'm a father now. I
yeah.
don't think I could have done this prior to being a dad. Uh, Before I had children, I don't know how much I thought about what the world would be like 30 years from now or 60 years
Mhm.
from now. But when you become a parent, you think about that. You think about what is the world going to be like when my kids are adults or my grandchildren, and um, and fundamentally, that's what Asimov was writing about. What are we willing to sacrifice now for tomorrow?
Yeah.
And that's something that has preoccupied me since becoming a father, and I wanted to write about that.
I'm watching this series and I'm thinking, boy, lots of green screen, lots of special effects.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. And then I find out, holy mackerel, you guys built everything. I mean, it was real. What was it like? I mean, how did this even compare to other big scale films that you've given us? Or it doesn't. I don't know. I mean, I can't even imagine.
I- You know, I There is a tendency these days with science fiction to film it on a soundstage, film it against a green screen, and I wanted to run in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
I wanted to Apple's got a global reach. I wanted a cast that was reflective of that global reach. I wanted to film in a bunch of different countries in a bunch of different locations. I wanted it to feel cinematic. I wanted the cast and the crew to be cold when it was cold and rainy when it was rainy. We survived a dust storm in the Canary Islands that had come over from Africa. It
Wow.
was physically, very difficult, but I also think it's what makes it special.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And even though the books are written so many years ago, how do you feel that it is so relevant still today? So many great themes that we really can all relate to.
I think it's more relevant now than when Asimov first wrote the books. He was using science fiction to um, function as a mirror back on society. He was using science fiction as a piece of social commentary.
Mhm.
When he was writing it, he was writing about a post World War II environment. He was writing about all the nation building that was happening, the rise of America, and some of the fall of some of the old empires in Europe. So the first thing I said to the Asimov estate was, I can't adapt this as if the world was frozen in amber and looking towards, a civilization that was 70 years, prior to us. I have to write it about today. I have to write about Brexit. I have to write about the new rise of nationalism. I have to write about climate change and Me Too and all of these things because the trick with the show is it's not really about the future. It's really about now.
100%.
Um,
Yeah.
it's about our anxieties now. It's about the politicization of science. It's about the collision between science and faith. And all of those things.
Yeah, well, you have really outdone yourself with this one, my friend. It is fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And just keep them coming, okay?
I aim to.
Okay. Thank you, David. Bye.